Hi everyone, Lisa here from LC Designs. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday, August 23rd, 2023. I am doing a pre-recorded video again. I know I just returned last week, but I am off on another trip. When you have 6 kids that are scattered across the United States and you're trying to visit each one of them, it's like I feel like I'm never home. But I made a project for you and I'm using the Trucking Along bundle. I know it's currently unavailable. It is an online exclusive, and the scheduled date, you can get the stamp set right now. You cannot get the punch. So it's Trucking Along. This is the stamp set and this is the punch. The stamp is still available currently, but the punch is not. And then so if you were to buy it in the bundle to save the 10%, it's not available because of the punch. So the punch is scheduled to come in October 16th. I know that's a long time to wait. Just shipping and everything, they're coming from other countries, so we're having to wait. The stamps we make here in the United States, so we can always replace those right away. So I just barely got mine because it came while I was gone. So I wanted to do a project using it. I want to do a class with this. There's so much more fun stuff I could do, but I really hate that it's unavailable. But unfortunately, that's the case. So remember to share my video. I have not picked last week's winner, but again, I'm going to be giving out a package of the Splendid Day Specialty Designer Series paper. It's a brand new 12 by 12 pack. So if you share my video, let me know that you shared my video. I could see the shares. Sometimes I could see who has and hasn't. And if you're watching it on YouTube as well, please comment that you shared. Once I get all my winners, I'm gonna list them all. So be sure and check my Facebook page. Today I am on my business page, just trying to get some more traffic in for my Workshop Wednesday videos. So remember, share my video and be entered into a drawing to win this Specialty Designer Series paper. Another thing, if you'd like the step-by-step instructions, so you don't have to keep watching the video over and over to get the measurements, just join my email list and you will get the PDF tutorial with the step-by-step instructions. Every week you'll get a new tutorial, and then it'll even include the video link. And I always have all the supplies that I use, so it's easy access for you. So I will put the link to join my email so you can get it, and you will also get the previous 2 that I have done so that you don't miss out on anything. Sorry about the lines on me. Hopefully they're not on my workspace. It looks like that they're not. It's kind of bright out, so I had to close the blinds. It would have been way too much shadow. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Let me show you the card. It's this cute little, and it's a fancy fold. We got another little truck inside. Oh, I have my tape in there. I was holding it closed so I could take a picture for you. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's get started. We're gonna use let me show you everything we're gonna use. We're gonna use the Countryside in Designer Series paper. I'm going to use this pattern and this pattern. This just had a lot of blues, and since I'm using a balmy blue card base, I wanted to use some Designer Series paper that had some blues in it. So we're using the Countryside in Designer Series paper. We're going to use some basic white cardstock. We're going to use some balmy blue cardstock. And we're going to use some Misty Moonlight cardstock. So let's get started with our card base first. We're going to use the deckled rectangles as well. I've pulled out the two that I'm going to use. So first of all, I had my instructions. I'm going to have to use my PDF. I lost them somewhere. Anyway, I know we need to cut it 8.5 by, let's get my instructions out, 8.5 by 5.5, which I thought, but then we're going to have to score it. So that's why I wanted I usually do smaller instructions. That way I can see and I don't have to follow along on my paper. So we know that this is 8.5. So we're going to go ahead and cut this at 5.5. So you can get 2 cards out of 1 sheet of paper. So we're going to score this at 1.5 on the long side, 1.5, and 5 3/4. And then we're just going to fold those like that, and we can go ahead and burnish them. So I chose to have the smaller section at the bottom and the larger section at the top. So that's our card base. But now I'm going to go ahead and cut the designer series paper because we want to adhere that. So this is going to be the top section. So this is going to be, let's turn it around, 5 3/8, which is the 2 notches before the half. So 5 3/8 by 2 5/8, which is the 2 notches after the half. And then there's those. And then we're going to do this pattern. This is going to be 2 5/8, which is 2 notches after the half again. 2 oh no, you know what? This is 1 3/8. I'm doing the other ones again. Well, here, let's go ahead and cut this. This is going to be 1 3/8 by 5 3/8. So before the half. And now we need 1 3/8 before the half. I was doing the same ones. Okay, let me get this designer series paper out of the way because we shouldn't need any more. And we will go ahead and adhere those. So this is going to be the bottom, like I said. So we'll just use our liquid glue and adhere this to the bottom, just like so. And now this one is the top, so I'm going to flip this over. I like to lay them flat, and we're going to add this piece here. Did my piece look too big? Did I cut it wrong? Looks like it could use an 1/8. Let me cut an 1/8. Maybe I cut it wrong. I said 2 5/8. What did I do? 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. That's what I did. So let's just go 2.5 then. So 2.5, and I will change that in my directions. 2.5 by 5 3/8. So we'll glue this one on. You know, usually when I'm dealing with the 1/8, I get it right. But anyhow, so there's our top and our bottom, just like that. Okay, so now we're gonna do some die cutting. I have the Misty Moonlight. I'm gonna cut this at 4¼ That way I can use this piece for a card base. And we are going to use the 3rd to the largest. I'm going to cut this one, the basic white, because we're going to need that as well. So let's go 4¼ I like to do that because in that, well, this one I probably won't use as a card base because on the white I like to use the thick white for a card base. But you never know when you're going to need that size piece. So we're going to use, as I started to say, the 3rd to the largest deckled rectangle. It's funny to say that. I don't know why it's funny, but deckled rectangle. And then we are going to use the 3rd to the smallest deckled rectangle for the white. Deckled rectangle. Say that 10 times. Deckled rectangle, deckled. See, I'm already getting it wrong. All right. So then we have our 2 rectangles. And we can move this aside. Oops, I hope my paper is not all lopsided now that I messed it up. So we're going to go ahead and adhere this on the top, but we're only going to put glue on this top section because we want our card to open. If we put it all the way, our card is not going to open. So just use your judgment. I eyeball everything. And let's see, this looks like a over. They look even. You can measure it if you like. I'm the silly one that's not measuring. All right, and then this one is gonna go on top, but we got a lot of stamping to do first. So this is gonna go on the top here. So I'm gonna cover my glue up and look at all the stamps that we are gonna use on this card. Look at that. All right, so let's start out with our Memento Black. And in my instructions, I call this lines. They're lines to me. So we want to put these lines at the bottom. And I'm trying not to stick my head in. So when I did this way, then I turned it around the other way, because then this line will fit in here, like that. Okay, then we are going to use the truck outline. Or let's do the trees first. So I'm gonna put one tree here. I'm gonna put this one up higher. And then I'm gonna put this one over here higher. They actually kind of look about the same. Now we can add our truck. Oops. And what else? We need our wheels. This is why we have so many stamps. Let me move them out of the way so we don't try and reuse them. So these are the wheels. And I'm trying not to stick my head in there. Oh my goodness. Let's hope I got this lined up. Pretty good. Those are the wheels. And I think we're done with our black. So now we're going to use garden green. And this is the tree fill-in. So just I line it up where the trunk is. And where the trunk is. And where the trunk is. Again, I'm trying not to get my head in there, so hopefully I'm not. Now this one is the tree that goes in the truck. So this is the outline. Now I'm trying to get this right in there without sticking. Ooh, that looks pretty good. So that's the tree that goes in there. So now this is the fill-in, but we're gonna stamp this one off first. And, ooh, that's probably one of my better ones yet. And I was trying not to get my head stuck in there. Oh, well, still need the green. So now this is the grass. And we're just gonna put some grass by these trees. I know it kind of makes it look like the truck is driving into the trees. What do you think? Okay, so now we are going to stamp the inside of our truck. And again, ta-da. Ooh, maybe I should try stamping more without getting my head in the way. It seems like it's going better. So there's our truck. Now I'm gonna go ahead and stamp the sentiment since we're doing all this stamping. So this is a 1/2 inch by 3 for the sentiment. And the sentiment is sending you sunny thoughts. And we're doing that in balmy blue. So that fits on there perfect. We're gonna cut that at an angle in a minute. So we're not done here because we're gonna color our trees in with the trunks with the pecan pie blend. And I'm using the light pecan pie. And we can just color those in, easy peasy. And now you know me, I need my Wink Stella. So I wanted the windows to sparkle. So I'm using Wink Stella on the window and then on the rims, just so we get a little sparkle in there. And then I will be using this again. So now that is our card, right? Wow, that was quick. Wink Stella should be dry. Now we're gonna adhere this with Stampin' Dimensionals. They're sticking to me. Has everybody had a good summer? And are you happy the kids are back in school? I think my grandchildren were like the very last to go back to school. And my granddaughter is going to be a senior. I cannot believe that. Seemed like she was just born. So we are gonna center this. I mean, time just goes by so quick. All right, so we're centering that there. Now, with our punch, this is the only time we're using the punch. Now, for the punch, you could punch one out. Look, I have one here. I stamped it and punched it out. And then these little things here, those are the fenders. So like if you wanted to put fenders, this is just the color I happen to have. It's not the same, but you can pop up your fenders on there. So I could have even popped these fenders up if I wanted to. Put a mini dimensional behind them, but this is the punch. And there's this little circle here, which I'm assuming is the tire, but we're gonna use that little circle and we're gonna make a sun with it because we're sending sunny thoughts, remember? So we will just put some glue behind this and I'm sticking it over here on this corner because this is just going to be our little sun to send the sunny thoughts. And here's where my Wink Stella comes back in. We're going to add some sparkle sunshine. And then I just kind of did my like little rays, sunshine rays there that sparkle as well. Okay, so now we have our sentiment, and we're just going to cut this at an angle. So corner, start at the corner and just cut an angle at it. We will use some dimensionals. These things like to stick to me. It's funny because I put lotion on and you would think nothing would stick to me. So here's our sentiment. We're going to put it up here. Sending you sunny thoughts. We're not done. We are going to use the In Color 2023-24 In Color dots. Let me get my Take Your Pick tool. And I did one of each size. So I started with the largest. Then I went to the middle. Oops, I might have just bumped you guys with my head. And then to the smallest. I think I need more putty on my thing. Those are, so, oops. Trying to get it straight. Oh, we'll go with there. So we put one of each of those, and then now we're not done. We got to do our inside. So I already have my 5 1/4 by 4s cut. And this one's just going to be real easy. We're going to do the truck again, same way as we did before. Where's our outline? We're going to do our outline in Memento Black. We're going to do, did I do the wheels? I did do the wheels. There's our wheels. Here's our wheels. We're going to do our wheels. Okay, this is me guessing again. Am I on it? Close enough. Our wheels, and then we are going to do our inside. Let's get the Memento out of here. Bring in our balmy blue. Put our color on there. I think I moved it, but that looks pretty good. So you guys know, whenever you don't stamp something correctly and you need to fill it in, use your black Stampin' Up marker. So I'm just going to fill in these, or sometimes if it doesn't come out as dark as you want it, you can fill it in with your Stampin' Up marker as well to make it dark. And then nobody will ever know. So there you go. So now we will just put that on the inside. And you know what else is cute too? Is to do the same thing on your envelope so that your card matches your envelope, or your envelope matches your card, I should say. So maybe we'll do that real quick. Oops. Boy, I really did that terrible. Good thing for the liquid glue. I feel like I keep hitting you guys with my head. So there's our card. Look at that. Oops. How do I got that in there? So let's do the envelope real quick. That way our envelope matches. And all we have to do is stamp the truck again in Memento. You don't even have to stamp the wheels if you don't want to. I am like totally, this is so deceiving when you're looking at it from the, wow, I really messed that one up. But that's okay. I can fix it with my Stampin' Up marker. And then we're going to do the balmy blue. And voila. We're done. I will definitely fix those. I don't know if you guys want to sit here and watch me, but we'll fix those wheels. Always have a black Stampin' Up marker. My best advice. This one actually looks like a flat tire. So maybe our truck has a flat. It's hard when my camera's right here and I'm trying not to stick my head in. But anyway, what you could do is you could actually punch a tire out and put it over those and nobody will know. So there's our cards. Easy peasy. Thank you guys for joining me. There's our card in our envelope. And I will be back next week. I'm not sure. I won't be live again. It'll be another pre-recorded video, but I'm not sure if I'm going to create a project or I'm going to do a kit with you since we are having our kit sale. The kit sale is phenomenal to give as gifts. You need Christmas gifts, whatever. Christmas will be here before you know it. But anyhow, don't forget to share my video and let me know that you shared. And you all have a great rest of your week and take care. Bye-bye.